Hey guys, Bobby here, Madness 80. Star Wars Black Series, more Star Wars Black Series. However, I wanted to focus on all the recent Walmart exclusive deliveries. So, I think we pre-ordered these back in the summer with what would have been Comic-Con season in one of the Walmart Collectors Con. They seem to have done that twice this year. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't even remember. I just know I pre-ordered these a while ago, and they all came at the same time. It was insane, including Compound Hulk. And yeah, I think that's it. It's one Marvel thing for me, 5 Black Series things, but really 4 different characters. We got Captain Rex as seen in the Bad Batch. We got, I know what they are, but because he has a pauldron, it just says Imperial Clone Shock Trooper. I thought maybe he was a commander or something like that. Okay, Imperial Clone Shock Trooper. He wouldn't be a commander. He's not like Rex or anything. Sorry. Admiral Rampart and Crosshair. He's Imperial Crosshair, which the armor's all wrong on this. It's crazy. They drew it so it could seem more official when it's unofficial. Yeah, so again, Walmart exclusives. They are, so I'm filming this November something. And they're still going in and out of stock. So if you missed out on Rex, you missed out on Rampart, Crosshair, or something, they're going in and out of stock. So find them, find the links. Maybe I'll put them in the comments or description, excuse me. And you can try over and over. So Captain Rex, poncho, overpriced. So this is a figure we've seen before. It just has a poncho. For whatever reason, Walmart charged $29.99. Most exclusives do retail for about $24.99. This one, however, $29.99. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. Looks awesome, though. Imperial Clone Shock Trooper. So I got 2. I might take the pauldron off of one. Done on the new, I think, what was it? The Camino Clone Trooper body. This looks fantastic. Always happy to have new clones, troops, all that stuff. Again, also a Walmart exclusive. Got 2 of those. This guy looks like he's ready to jump out of the package. Vice Admiral Rampart. Seen in the Bad Batch. So done in a Clone Wars style in the show, obviously. But here, done realistically, and we could see he reuses one of the Imperial dudes, maybe Piet something body, and then finally Crosshair, who does have some new parts, but does have some incorrect parts. So unnecessary reuse, considering they had the parts to make him look screen accurate. What I mean by that is the shoulder is a complete reuse of the Bad Batch pre-Order 66 version of Crosshair. And real quick, you could see the Bad Batch, symbols on the shoulder pads. Was it Clone Group 99, something like that? Excuse me, I forget things. But yeah, this looks fantastic nonetheless. Still the same sweet Crosshair. There were some things they could have done to make it a little different. However, this is inaccurate. So what I'm talking about is the head. They reused the Bad Batch head, which has a slick back hair. Later on in the series, if you haven't watched Bad Batch, he does get some battle damage to his head. And the show is fantastic. So it looks like this is just an all Bad Batch Walmart exclusive Star Wars Black Series video. Let's crack these open, take a look, do some brief comparisons, but I just kind of want to focus and showcase what is here. Real quick, Clone Captain Rex served the Republic during the Clone Wars. He viewed military service as an honor, and he has always completed his mission. Formerly a member of the Bad Batch, Crosshair's loyalties shift as his team defects from Imperial service. Committed to the Empire, Crosshair leads a new squad of enlisted recruits. Originally founded during the Clone Wars as security police for Coruscant, governmental facilities, and bodyguard to Republic representatives, the group of clones known as Shock Troopers now operate as elite forces of the Empire. And finally, after the fall of the Republic, Vice Admiral Rampart is assigned to oversee the clone troopers of Camino by Governor Tarkin. Rampart has eagerly taken to his role in the new Galactic Empire as it aims to instill order in the galaxy. Clone Force 99. I don't know why I stumbled on that. Anyway, Captain Rex, Crosshair, Imperial Shock Trooper, and Vice Admiral Rampart, who I think I said he shared a body with Admiral Piet. I may still be right. I haven't seen my Admiral Piet in a while. He's boxed away. But he definitely shares with Grand Moff Tarkin, and maybe they all share the same body. I don't know if they made individual bodies for these admirals, so I don't recall. Excuse me for not remembering. But let's start with Bad Batch Rex. We're calling him Bad Batch Rex because he's in Clone Wars Rex. And unfortunately, I'll just start with the bad news. If you don't have a regular Captain Rex in your collection, this isn't going to fill that void. Underneath, there is no pauldron. And if you remove these, this is a different helmet, so I'll go ahead and take it off. Why is it so difficult? There we go. So you see he has this visor and viewfinder and all that stuff. I'm trying to take it out here. There you go. Your helmet will be left with these giant gaping holes on the side. Not cool. Not cool. So, you know, it's strange. His aftermarket value is insane because I know they re-released him at one point, and I don't mean like an archive. I'm sure he'll get an archive re-release. But even still, if they get an archive re-release, that doesn't change the aftermarket. For whatever reason, I don't know if these new Star Wars collectors, or if there's just a ton of new Star Wars collectors every year, so it just keeps driving these prices up. But Rex was at $5 below, guys. He was at $5 below at one point for $5. I know there was a couple of people who bought a bunch of those and just kept the market dry, you know, and flipped those, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, this isn't going to replace that void. So hopefully we'll get an archive release. We've gotten one with Cody, who... Here's my beef with the archive release. Good Lord, can I focus? No, I'm just going to quickly get this out. I don't know what that rumbling is in the background. Anyway, Cody deserved a re-release with a removable helmet and a Tamura Morrison head underneath. Just like all, or the majority of the other commanders. I think Gree needs one as well, and so on and so forth, and whatever. Anyway, this doesn't have the pauldron underneath, and again, the helmet... You know, and the helmet, because of this poncho, doesn't rest. You could see his chin sticking out there. Shiny Captain Rex with the short bleached hair. You know what's interesting about the original Captain Rex is he was, depending on where you purchased him, one of the first Star Wars figures with the real scan. You can hear me digging out another Rex out of there. So here is the original, and you can see just how much, I don't know what happened. There's just some that they release and they look good, and then there's some that are just shiny as hell, and I don't know why. But here's the original Rex with the new Rex. There is a ton of reuse here. We aren't using a new clone body, unfortunately, but you can see reuse of the head, obviously reuse of the arms, the legs, the body. I don't know if I want to pull this off. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. What do you think? You guys probably want me to. Let me figure this out. This isn't going to be interesting on the camera, so. All right, there we go. That was interesting. Here is the poncho. Now, do I have it inside out? No. Okay. This hood is sewn on weird. You can see it just kind of stamped there. So you could see on the side, there's these holes. And then this hood only works on the unmasked head. But here he is with a pauldronless part. So let me see this. Now, this was molded as all one piece. So I've never seen that before solo. So I don't know if that's new for this Rex. But there you go. Dirty. They don't have the means of getting fresh new armor anymore since, you know, he is a clone who went AWOL basically after Ahsoka pulled the chip out of him. But yeah, interesting, huh? Look at the blues. The blues match. The whites are dingy. The blues, the blues match from here to here. They don't match from figure to figure. As you can see, it's a lighter blue. We still get the tally marks there on the arm. And then we get them in the helmet. So let me get the old helmet out real quick. You might hear a little baggy noise. So there you go. So as mentioned, that part is sculpted onto the figure. And here, there's a big hole. A nice sheen and a dirtier wash on that, plus the weird copper around the visor. But I think I love the original more. It's crazy, you know, you think his tally marks would have increased over the years and maybe he just stopped keeping count or whatever. But again, here's a look at the faces close up. Shiny, not so shiny. New on the left, old on the right. There's that weird rumble again. I don't know if it's like a car or what. It happens from time to time and nobody can tell me what it is in the neighborhood. It's weird. Yeah, so there's pieces of this I like, pieces of this I like. But at the end of the day, this is a okay Captain Rex, not necessarily worth the $30. It's just nuts to me. I don't understand why he is 30. He isn't even a deluxe figure. He comes in the same size of packaging as all the other Walmart exclusives lined up in front of you here. So good luck. Again, if you don't have him, keep checking walmart.com. He comes in and out along with Crosshair. Walmart has been pretty decent as of late when it comes to their exclusives, except for like the Clone Wars recent ones, like Admiral Fordo and Mace Windu Clone Wars and General Grievous. Those went on pre-order for in July, and looks like they were just announced recently. So putting the poncho back on, that's why I was talking. It's because I was doing this in the background. As I mentioned, this isn't going to fit over the helmet, but you can get a Rex kind of trying to pull it down more, covered up, trying to get his chin out. So I wonder how many years after the Clone Wars do people stop recognizing that face, you know? That's interesting. And it looks like, you know, Bad Batch will cover that era of the Clone Wars transitioning into, from clones to the TK units. Very interesting. So he comes with his 2 pistols, which I went ahead and stored. We've seen them before. Each of the Bad Batch come with them. A lot of the clones come with them, especially the clone commanders or captain. I guess he's the only captain, although he was the commander by the end of the series. But yeah, again, check Walmart's. Let's move on and talk about Crosshair now. Actually, I'm going to talk about Vice Admiral Rampart, if you don't mind. I don't think you have a choice. So as mentioned, Vice Admiral Rampart is sharing Grand Moff Tarkin's pieces from the poofy pants. I mean, literally everything. It's just a glossier finish on this body. This head here is interesting. I mean, it's uninteresting rather. Let's be honest there. His transition from Clone Wars to this, he's just a regular dude. However, you know, I don't mind him in the collection. He did have a very important role in the Bad Batch series. Again, if you haven't watched the Bad Batch series, please check it out. It is fantastic. Not much in terms of articulation, so you can see they stand at around the same height. He was assigned to Kamino through Grand Moff Tarkin, who does appear in the show as well. He also comes with this giant mouse droid, which we've seen before, I believe, in most recently in the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge set. I think one of those comes with a mouse droid. I could be wrong. Where else did we see this, guys? I'm trying to think what else came with a mouse droid. But I know it isn't my first mouse droid. It's probably not going to be my last mouse droid. But glossy finish, as mentioned, especially when compared to Grand Moff Tarkin. Yeah, I mean, this is the newest piece here, so let's just look at it. I'll go ahead and put him over here on this side of the screen, because on this right side of the screen, in post, I will add the animated look of him. You be the judge if you think this, they translated it well into the real world that is the Star Wars Black Series figures. And again, I mentioned it before, I love that they all transition. You know, it's all one toy line, and they keep it real. You know, we've seen the Rebels figures, and we've seen a couple of Clone Wars figures just kind of translate into the realistic of the 3 trilogies, realistic look of the 3 trilogies. But God, if I wouldn't kill for some animated, 6-inch animated looking figures, right? I know Sideshow has those 12-inch figures coming out. Anyway, trying to get a look at his, there you go. There's his piece. All right. It being a new character, I don't know if this guy should have been exclusive. However, I don't know how sought after he is either. I know Rex because he's Rex, but, you know, Vice Admiral Rampart is a minor character still. So you let me know. Is this a guy you're after? You know, I know when watching the show, I wasn't exactly like, I need that dude as an action figure. You know, especially before Echo. However, I see given all the new parts Echo has coming out, you know, since they revealed him in Omega, I see how easy it is to make this. All right. Coruscant. I keep saying Coruscant, and I don't know why. Imperial clone shock trooper, as seen on the Bad Batch. They stop and ask what's going on when they return home to Camino. These guys ask if there's a problem, and they're all over the place, you know, as we know what happens to Camino in the show. This is the recent Camino clone trooper body. Actually, let me get that guy out now. All right, looking fantastic together. I mean, one just looks like a black and white version of the other. But looking at the pauldrons, you can see they have that logo there. And I also wanted to mention, when these first came out, God, so many of them. I got lucky with this one. I did have one where, a couple actually, where I had to heat up the head, dip it, because there is an unpainted head rather, underneath. Which, for whatever reason, these came super warped in the package, and I had to fix it with very hot water, man. This guy and the other one I got are just beautiful out of the package, shaped nicely. So I don't know if it was something at the factory level they had to do, maybe wait to put them in a plastic tray so they're squishing any heads around. But if you wanted to, you can heat and peel off the helmet essentially, because it is glued down on an unmasked head. What's fantastic is it is an unpainted Tamura Morrison head. So you can go ahead and paint that if you want like a clone lounging. And it'd be a generic clone with like the standard hairdo, similar to Jango Fett. But yeah, these look fantastic together. This one does have the pauldron. With some hot water, again, you can pop the head off and pull this pauldron off. However, it is, you can see that there, it is glued down. So you might have to do some paint work, some cleanup, if you will, after that. Looking at the paintwork there, when compared to the Camino, who doesn't necessarily see action since they're on Camino, this one does have scuffs and scrapes and, you know, seen some action somewhere. Excuse the dog barking. Looking good, nice lines, nice reds, nice whites. The red and white really work well together on anything, honestly. I love the combination of colors, same with red and black. Yeah, but he looks good. Comes with the standard blaster and, of course, the rifle that we get with all our clones. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Whoops, I just rolled the mouse straight away. And then finally, Crosshair, who will go into a little more detail here since there is some new parts. Let me get our classic Crosshair front and center with his Bad Batch counterpart. My complaint, like everybody else's, is he's using Bad Batch shoulder pads. He did not have this aim assist or whatever you want to call it, which no figure, even in an import, could pose to rest his gigantic sniper rifle on, could ever accomplish in action figure form. Yeah, he doesn't have it. So I'll go ahead and put him here. And on the right there, we'll get a screenshot or whatever of what he looks like in the Bad Batch show. Now, his shoulder pads look just like these shoulder pads. So we have those shoulder pads. Hasbro has these shoulder pads. But, I mean, I guess they wanted to do quick and dirty, which I don't understand because this body is unique. The helmet's unique, so they went ahead and sculpted that. The body's unique, at least from the diaphragm up. You could see new sculpted lines, right? It's unique. I don't think it's on, at least it's not on anything here. If you've seen this before, let me know. But, and then the belt, there's no, it looks like they went ahead and retooled it. No over the shoulder strap, just the belt and his side piece. But then the legs are, they're not, are they Bad Batch legs? Yeah, they are Bad Batch legs, just painted black. So if you, I wouldn't want, this is a fantastic toy. I wouldn't want to rip one apart just to get a more accurate crosshairs. What I would probably do, and what I'm probably going to do, is just heat this, cut this off. Best I could do. As for this 99, I don't know, man. I mean, we can flip them. If you can pull these off, which I think they're circles wrapped around a peg, so maybe that's more work than you need. Or you could sand the 99s off. But yeah, he comes with the same backpack as his Bad Batch counterpart, with the same sniper rifle, which comes apart and can be pegged into the side and clipped into that. I may have the bottom half connected and wrong, or maybe there is no right way to do it. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off for the rest of this review though. But if you haven't seen it, boom, boom. It's a slot. It's beautiful. This is a great peg. Stays in the figure nicely as compared to the most recent what do you, mortar, heavy artillery. And there you go, clips in easily. You see the little peg there? Boom, beautiful. Pulling off the head, it is the classic and same head. I keep saying classic, but these characters are fairly new, are they not? There we go. I don't know what that rumble is. It's happening in the world somewhere. I don't know what it is. It's strange. All right, next to... So there he is unmasked. You can see it's the same head. Later in the show, he does, again, as I mentioned, have some battle damage. Has a different hairdo or shaved head. I know a lot of people would have preferred that, but I think, you know, I mean, this is the Crosshair once he just turned Imperial. And it's fine. I don't mind. I like my Bad Batch figures mostly with their helmets on. And this helmet is slick. This helmet is much cooler looking than his Bad Batch helmet. Look at that. I like how that visor, it's interesting how it goes up like that, but this green and this black and how it just kind of like is partway transitioned into a Stormtrooper helmet with the way that grid is, that mouth grid. And this here, let's get a Stormtrooper. It's like, you know, we're transitioning into those helmets, and this is fantastic. Of course, the viewfinder moves. Amazing. I like this toy a lot despite that. I mean, at this point, yeah, I'm just going to cut it off and it'll be what it is. But man, this, out of all these, might be my favorite Walmart exclusive. Again, him and I want to say Rex are coming in and out of stock more often than Rampart and the Shock Trooper. So keep your eyes peeled, keep refreshing. Sign up for those in-stock alerts. They do work, man. That's how I've got a few of my 332nd clones and the Death Watch or Death Watch Commandos. But yeah, let me get a few other Bad Batch dudes out here. All right, too bad we don't have Echo yet, which, God, that looks like a fantastic figure and I cannot wait to have it. I think out of all of these, Wrecker is the only one I don't have any complaints about. Actually, maybe not even Crosshair either. I think maybe his helmet's a little too big, but what can you do? And that's probably it. Hunter, man, that mullet, they should have went all the way. They should have went all the way with that, because that is a short mullet, and I feel like it does not do the character justice. Where is my Rambo mullet? And then Tech, you know, the goggle thing. But other than that, what a fantastic line of action figures these Bad Batch guys are. Again, I think my favorite out of these Walmart exclusives will be the Imperial Crosshair. That's it. I know I didn't really do go into articulation, all that. We know what the articulation is. There's a ton of reuse here. I'll save that for when we get something new. But I thank you for checking out the video. I know Star Wars doesn't do as well as it used to on my channel, but I don't care. That's not why I'm making these. I'm making these because they're fun and cathartic, and I like them. So hard edit, we had some casualties. But let me take the time to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that notification bell if you do subscribe, following me on Instagram. I thank you. I'll see you in the next one.